we got?
A whole lot. Does it look familiar?
Ballistic reports of every officer involved shooting where you pulled the trigger.
Prove that every single bullet you fired out of your service weapon matches the ballistic evidence from the Camote crime scene.
Whoa.
One step ahead of you, man.
This ain't over.
No, unfortunately for you, it's definitely over.
No, please.
Where's Noma?
She's not here. Please don't shoot.
Stop lying.
She's not here. I swear.
You could have had everything with me.
I had everything. You? You're nothing.
You could work for me, but you're not gonna be my partner no more, B. Let me move your product in New York City, and I promise you I'll double what Noma was moving. Look, the machine is ready to go as soon as I say go. After that, I'm basically...
A ghost.
Yeah, a ghost. Come on, we family for life. Submit the details, and I'll be there. I'm on my way.
Yes, sir. What up with the YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC. And in today's video, I'm going to be recapping episode 10, the series finale to Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, and let y'all know how I feel about it, as well as breaking down the episode. But before I get into that, if this is your first time coming across my channel and you like the content that I upload and create, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel, and leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and y'all let me know how y'all felt about the episode. Overall, episode 10 was fire. This was a cool episode. We saw Anya get taken out in this episode, which was sad to see. I'm not gonna front, it was definitely sad to see Anya get taken out in this episode, but we saw her get taken out in this episode. We saw Noma big-headed ass get taken out in this episode, which I was so happy to see. I'm glad that Kane got his get back on Noma in this episode and smoked Noma, because man, after what she did in episode 9 by killing Auntie Monet, I did not want Noma to survive this episode, and I'm glad Kane was the one that took her out. And while I'm talking about Noma, I might as well start the recap off with talking about Noma and Anya, and we'll let up to their death in this episode. Because in this episode, we saw the aftermath of Monet's death. We all know Monet got taken out by Noma in episode 9. And with Noma taking out Monet, Drew, Kane, and Diana wanted to retaliate against Noma in this episode for what she did by killing their mother. But before this retaliation took place, Noma finally came clean to Anya in this episode and told Anya the truth about what she really does, and revealed to Anya that she was the one that took out her father, Francesco Lombardi. And Anya already knew what time it was when it came to Noma lying about the stuff that she really does. And Anya let it be known to Noma that she knows that Noma was lying to her in episode 8 when they was having this conversation about Noma and the stuff that she really does. And with Anya already knowing that her mother has been lying to her, Noma decided to come clean in this episode and tell Anya the truth, which she should have did in episode 8 when she had the opportunity. She had an opportunity to tell Anya the truth in episode 8, but she continued to lie to Anya, and she waited all the way until now to tell Anya the truth. So after Anya and Noma had a heated argument with each other, Noma decided to leave her house to let Anya cool off for a little bit. And right after Noma left her house, Drew, Diana, Kane, as well as their cousin Bronze, who was played by Lil Durk, ran up in Noma's house trying to seek retaliation against Noma and try to take her out. But when they realized that Noma wasn't there, Kane decided to kidnap Anya and use this as leverage to force Noma to stay in the country. So right after this, the Tejadas met up with Tariq, Braden, and Effie at Zion's old fight club to come up with a plan to get Anya to talk and tell the Tejadas where they could find Noma at, since Kane was holding Anya hostage. And Tariq agreed to help out with this. He agreed to help out the Tejadas with getting Anya to talk and tell them about Noma whereabouts, only if Drew could help out by going to Don Carter's office and deleting the video footage of Tariq and Braden killing Zion off his work computer, which Drew agreed to do, which I'm gonna talk about later on in this video. So with both Tariq and the Tejadas agreeing to this deal, Tariq went to the back of the fight club and unreleased Anya from the pole that she was tied up to, making it seem like he was there trying to help Anya, making it seem like he was helping Anya by saving her life so she could tell him about Noma's location, so he could take her back to her mother before the Tejadas kill her, revealing to Anya that Noma was the one that killed Monet and the Tejadas want revenge for that, as well as letting it be known to Anya that he works for Noma and he knew all about Anya before they met each other in episode 4, which pissed Anya off. Anya was definitely pissed off when Tariq told her this, but Tariq told Anya that he wasn't trying to play her or nothing like that, and that he didn't know that Anya was Noma's daughter, which is a goddamn lie, because Tariq knew since season 3 that Anya was Noma's daughter. So as Tariq got the location to Noma's whereabouts. Tariq took Anya to Noma's whereabouts, and as soon as Anya got out the car and as she was walking up to the front steps of her house, Diana came out the cut and shot Anya in her back multiple times, which I did not see coming. I did not expect Diana to take out Anya in this episode. I did not see this one coming at all. And apparently, Diana and Kane was following Tariq and Anya to Noma's whereabouts to try to get the drop on Noma. And Diana was really supposed to take the kill shot on Noma instead, but she said fuck it and decided to take out her daughter. And look here, bruh, I ain't mad at Diana for this one. I ain't mad at her at all. It sucks that Anya became a casualty between this war between the Tejadas and Noma, and she lost her life for something that did not have nothing to do with her, but at the same time, Noma did take out Auntie Monet, and she was going to have to answer to that. And Diana made sure Noma felt the same pain that the Tejadas was feeling in this episode when they lost their mother in episode 9. But shout out to Diana, goddammit. Shout out to Diana Monet Stewart Tejada Jr., goddammit. Diana was moving just like her mama in this episode, bro. I swear she was reminding me of Monet so much throughout this episode, it's not even funny. She was acting just like Monet, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Diana later on in this video as well. But right after Diana killed Anya, Tariq and Diana got into a heated argument with each other because Tariq did not like the fact that Diana killed Anya for no reason. And Diana didn't care about anything Tariq had to say. She told him straight up, bro, until you lose a mother, you can't tell her what to do or how to feel at that. She like, bro, I'm not trying to hear any of that stuff you talking about. So after this heated argument that Diana had with Tariq, the Tejadas had to regroup and come up with a new plan to try to lure Noma out of hiding so they could try to kill her, since Diana messed up the previous plan that they had by killing Anya. And Kane came up with another plan to lure Noma out of hiding by booking a flight through Noma's jet park company, making it seem like the Tejadas was trying to leave state to lure Noma to the airport hangar to take her out, since he knows that Noma will receive the details about this flight that was booked through her jet parks company since she was the owner. So as Noma prepared to go to the airport hangar to try to take out Kane, Drew, and Diana, Noma's brother told Noma straight up he wasn't going to back her up with trying to take out the Tejadas. And he pulled all his soldiers off of Noma, leaving her with no type of help. He like, look, bruh, this war that you got going on with the Tejadas does not make any type of sense at all. Like, bruh, we losing soldiers over this stuff. Like, I'm just not about to sit back and allow for any more of our soldiers to die due to the reckless moves that you've been making. And he warned Noma that she possibly might be walking into a trap if she goes to this airport hangar, but Noma wasn't trying to hear anything her brother had to say. And with Noma being desperate to try and take out the Tejadas to avenge Anya's death, Noma went to the airport hangar even when her brother told her not to. And the police showed up to the hangar as well to try to arrest the Tejadas. But Kane decided to risk his life to protect Drew and Diana, and he took the kill shot on Noma and killed Noma right in front of the police. And right after Kane shot Noma, Kane got into a shootout with the police and he got shot 2 times before he managed to disappear and get away just like a ghost. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around this scene because I don't understand how the hell Kane was able to survive this shootout with the police. I don't know how the hell Kane was able to get shot twice and managed to escape the airport hangar and not get arrested by the police. Like, I really thought Kane was about to get taken out in this episode. I thought Kane was not going to survive this episode once he got into the shootout with the police, but apparently he did. And with him surviving this shootout, Kane is a wanted man. Kane is on the run now. He cannot be seen in New York City because every cop in New York City is now looking for him. And Effie let this be known to Kane at the end of the episode when she met up with him. She told Kane straight up he got to get out of town because if he continues to stay in New York City, he's going to get caught. But before Effie said her final goodbye to Kane, Effie gave Kane all of the money that she's been saving up that she was going to use to pay for her college tuition out of California when she went to Stanford, which was dumb as hell to me. I ain't gonna front. If I was Effie, I wouldn't have gave Kane all that money. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at Effie for looking out for Kane, but at the same time, she should have gave Kane all that money, especially since she was going to use that money to pay for her college tuition when she goes to Stanford out in California. Like, that was dumb as hell for Effie to do. She low-key had the opportunity right there to lead the game, but instead she chose to give all that money that she was going to use to lead the game to Kane so he could get out of town safely. Like, I don't understand why she would do this, bruh. I don't understand this at all. This was dumb as hell for Effie to do. Like I said, I would have gave Kane some money and looked out for him, like, you know what I'm saying, because Kane has been looking out for Effie throughout these last 2 seasons. He has been looking out for Effie. I gotta give him that. But Kane managed to escape New York City and get out of town before he got caught up by the feds. Diana let this be known to Drew at the end of the episode as well when she was having a conversation with him. And during this conversation she was having with Drew told Diana he's about to go to Paris to focus on his art career. He told her straight up he getting out of New York City. He like, look, Monet sacrificed her life to protect us. Kane sacrificed himself to kill Noma for us so we could have a better life. Like, we need to take advantage of this second chance that we're getting, and I'm about to do that. I ain't about to stay around in New York City and just continue on with the family business. Like, I'm tired of the drug game. And he told Diana it's never too late to take advantage of the second chance that they've been given, but it seems like Diana wants to continue the family business and stay in the drug game. It's really looking like Diana is about to become the next Monet. Especially after watching this episode and seeing how Diana was moving throughout this episode, like bruh, Diana was acting just like her mama in this episode. From the body movements to the word plays to the conversation she was having with her brothers, like it really seemed like the spirit of Monet took over Diana's body in this episode, bruh. Cause Diana was acting just like her mama in this episode. But none of the Tejada kids got taken out in this episode. Drew was able to survive, Diana was able to survive, as well as Kane. All three of the Tejada kids was able to survive season 4 of Book 2 Ghost. And with all three of them surviving this final season of Book 2 Ghost, you never know what the future could hold for the Tejada family in the Power universe moving forward. Even though it's looking like they're going to be going on their separate ways, it's looking like Drew is going to be going to Paris and Diana is going to stay in New York City and continue to run the family business, and Kane is on the run. But with Drew, Diana, and Kane surviving this final season of Book 2 Ghost, it's a possibility that we could see one of these three characters pop up in a future spinoff. But we just going to have to wait and see how this plays out in the future. But for now, it's looking like it's the end for the Tejada family in this chapter of Power. Now, after the death of Noma, Tariq was able to work out a deal with Noma's brother at the end of the episode to take over Noma's operation in New York City and become the biggest drug dealer in New York City, just like his late father Ghost. And he let that be known to Effie and Brayden in this episode before he went to go meet up with Noma's brother. Moving forward, Tariq told Effie that she's going to be running all the Ivy Leagues at the colleges, and Brayden is going to be in charge of running Zion's underground fight club, as well as the underground nightclub operation that they got at Stansfield. And Tariq told Brayden moving forward that Brayden will no longer be his partner, and that Brayden will be working for him instead, which pissed Brayden off. Brayden got pissed the hell off when Tariq told him he wasn't going to be his partner anymore. Brayden got upset about this, but Brayden did bring this on himself by constantly playing with his nose throughout season 4. I might not agree with Tariq's decision, but I respect it at the end of the day. But once he got this situation taken care of, he made sure to take care of the situation that Tasha had going on with her being in WITSEC, and he removed his family from WITSEC in this episode. Tasha, Yasmin, as well as Grandma Estelle will no longer have to deal with witness protection anymore moving forward, which was great news to Tasha. Tasha was happy to hear this, but Tariq told Tasha that she can't be around him moving forward, and he's going to relocate Tasha and the rest of his family out of New York City to live in another place, which pissed off Tasha because she thought her and Tariq was going to be living together again. But that wasn't the case at all. He told Tasha he's not trying to risk her or the rest of the family's safety anymore. And in order for him to concentrate and focus on the drug game, he needs to make sure that his family is far away from this lifestyle that he's living. And even though Tasha wasn't a fan of Tariq telling her this, she couldn't do nothing but respect this because she knew Tariq was trying to keep her as well as the rest of the family safe. And she knew her, as well as the rest of the family's safety, would be at risk if Tariq kept them close by while he's living his lifestyle in the drug game. And she couldn't do nothing but respect this decision by Tariq. Now, moving on to Davis. In this episode, we was able to see Davis McClain get his law licenses back after Davis was able to work out a deal with Jenny Sullivan and Blanca Rodriguez to get them to withdraw their complaints against Davis McClain at the Bar Association so he could get his law licenses back. Because in this episode, we saw the return of Jenny Sullivan and Blanca Rodriguez, and they popped up at the end of this episode to question Davis McClain and Perla Tanaka about Noma and what happened to her, as well as the Tejadas and all that stuff. And Perla told Jenny and Blanca that Noma turned informant to save herself, and she tried to use the Tejadas as scapegoats, and she was really playing the feds, and Noma was the real target of their investigation. And Davis could help prove that Noma is the queen pin that the feds been chasing, as well as getting Drew and Diana to testify against Noma, only if Jenny and Blanca agrees to let Drew and Diana walk away. And right after Davis proposed this deal to Jenny and Blanca, they started asking about Tariq and Kane. Jenny started asking about Tariq and his involvement in this stuff that's going on with Noma, and Davis told them that Tariq isn't involved in none of this stuff, which pissed them off because I'm pretty sure some way, somehow, they know that Tariq is connected to all this stuff. And they started asking about Kane, but Davis let it be known to them that he doesn't represent Kane, and he don't know where Kane is at because Kane is on the run. So with Jenny and Blanca not having no other choice, they agreed to let Davis give up Noma and put the blame on Noma and clear Drew and Diana from facing any charges in the future. And I honestly thought Davis McClain was not getting his law licenses back. I did not think he was going to get his law licenses back in this episode, but he was able to get a dub in this episode and he got his law licenses back, which is good for him as well as Tariq. And especially now that Tariq is the biggest drug dealer in New York City, he could really use somebody like Davis McClain to have in his corner, especially now that he got his law licenses back. Now, moving on to Don Carter, we finally saw Don Carter get exposed in this episode and get taken to jail by his partner Nico in this episode. After Tariq was able to find some leverage on Carter in this episode, and he used this leverage that he found on Don Carter to take him down in this episode. Because in this episode, Tariq tapped has both Brayden and Effie to go to Carter's house to try to find some leverage on Carter that Tariq could use to try to get himself out of this situation that he had going on with Carter, after Davis told Tariq that he needs to find some leverage on Carter to get himself out of this situation. But when Effie found the CCTV footage of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion in episode 6 on Don Carter's laptop at his house, Effie wasn't able to delete the footage because Carter uploaded the footage on his work computer at his job. And the only way they could delete the footage, if they get an inside man to delete the footage off of Carter's work computer at his job. But while Effie was going through Carter's computer at his house, Effie noticed that Carter kept constantly going back and reading Kamal Tate's murder file. And Effie was able to put 2 and 2 together and realize that Carter had something to do with Kamal Tate's murder. And that Carter lied about the Russians killing Kamal Tate in retaliation due to the raid that took place at the Russians restaurant in episode 6. Cause Effie was there at the Russians restaurant in episode 6 and the Russians escaped after Carter and his task force killed all the Russians. So with Tariq finding out this information from Brayden and Effie, Tariq was able to get help from Davis by pulling up Carter's ballistic report in every officer involved shooting that he was in to prove that Carter ballistics matched the same ballistics evidence at Kamal Tate's crime scene. And they had the gun that Carter used to kill Kamal Tate with. So with Tariq having all this evidence against Carter, Carter agreed to delete the footage of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion in exchange for Tariq silent to not tell Rashad Tate about Carter murdering his brother. But with Tariq knowing that Carter can't be trusted, Tariq had Drew delete the footage of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion off of Carter's work computer at his job when Drew went to Carter's office to have a conversation with Carter about Monet and Noma. And while Drew was doing this, Carter was trying to switch out the bullets that was found at the crime scene of Kamal Tate's murder. And as Carter was doing this, Nico walked in on Carter and he noticed that he was tampering with the evidence from Kamal Tate's murder. So after Drew was able to delete the footage of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion, Carter walked in and started questioning Drew about the real reason why Drew was at his office trying to have a conversation with him. And Drew told Carter straight up he knows that him and Noma was working together to kill Monet. But he tells Carter he's willing to let bygones be bygones only if Carter gives up Noma's location. And Carter told Drew if he wants him to prove his loyalty to him, which Carter responded and told Drew that if he wants him to prove his loyalty to Carter, then Drew must take out Tariq for him. He told Drew that's the only way that he could prove his loyalty to him. So Drew agreed to do this, but in reality, Drew was setting Carter up. Drew took Carter to an undisclosed location to meet up with Tariq, but it was really a setup. Drew walked Carter right into his trap and Tariq and Brayden was holding Carter at gunpoint, revealing to Carter that all the evidence that he has against Tariq and Brayden is gone. And with Tariq having the upper hand against Carter, he told Carter that he'll be willing to get rid of the evidence that proved that he was the one that killed Kamal Tate, only if Carter agrees to put the blame on Nico and blame him for being a dirty cop. And with Carter being left with no other choice, he agreed to put the blame on Nico and make it seem like Nico was the dirty cop. And right after he said this, Nico come out from the cut pointing the gun at Don Carter, revealing to Carter that he knows about him being the dirty cop, as well as the fact that Carter was going to try to put the blame on Nico for being the dirty cop, as well as being the one that took out Kamal Tate. And Nico arrested Don Carter in this episode for being the dirty cop, which pissed Don Carter off. Carter was going to hell off in there. He really thought he was Denzel from Training Day. I'm not going front. This scene reminded me of the Training Day scene that Denzel had in that movie when he was telling everybody in the neighborhood that King Kong ain't got shit on him. I swear this nigga Don Carter was acting like Denzel from Training Day in this scene right here, bruh. I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Ealy watched Training Day before he filmed this scene, because he really was acting like Denzel in this scene right here. The shit was low-key funny, to be honest, but Carter got arrested in this episode by his own partner Nico. Nico decided to flip on Carter in this episode and take him to jail and arrest him for being a dirty cop, as well as being responsible for the murder of Kamal Tate. And I really wish Rashad Tate would have popped up in this episode to find out that Don Carter was the one that took out his brother. I was really looking forward to seeing a Rashad Tate cameo in this episode, but Rashad did not pop up in this episode. Unfortunately, we did not see the return of Rashad Tate in this episode, and it kind of did not even make sense to bring him back in episode 7. Y'all only had him in one episode this season. Like, it really didn't make sense to bring his character back for one episode. Like, that really did not make any type of sense to me at all. I really wish Rashad Tate would have popped up in this episode, but it is what it is. Now, before I end this video, I do gotta talk about what took place at the end of the episode during the ending credits. And during these ending credits, Tariq received a phone call from somebody, and it seems like this person is asking for Tariq's help. And I'm pretty sure it's not hard to put 2 and 2 together to figure out who was Tariq talking to on the phone. We all know that this was Tommy Egan that Tariq was talking to, especially when he mentioned to this person on the phone that they're family. Like, there's only so many people that Tariq considers to be family. Tommy literally been in Tariq's life since he was a baby, so I'm pretty sure this was Tommy that Tariq was on the phone with. And it's looking like Tommy is in need of some help in Chicago, and it's looking like he really could use Tariq help when it comes to this war that he's fighting in Chicago, which I'm going to talk about in another video in these next upcoming days, so stay on the lookout for that. But other than that, I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. This episode was great. This was a cool series finale. I enjoyed this episode from the start to the finish. It really sucks that this is the final episode of Book 2 Ghosts. This is really the end of an era. I'm still surprised that this is the final episode of Book 2 Ghosts. I really feel like this particular spinoff alone could have got renewed for one more season. I feel like they could have gave us at least one more season, to be honest. Like, you got Diane about to become the next Monet. Tariq is the plug now. Braden and Effie is working for him. Like, there's so much story to tell. There's a whole lot more story to tell, but even though this spinoff is ending, I do believe more spinoffs will be coming in the future. But we just gonna have to wait and see how all this stuff is gonna play out. I will be dropping some theory videos in these next upcoming days, so stay on the lookout for that. If you like this video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, and y'all let me know how y'all felt about the episode, as well as y'all predictions for what's next in the Power universe. But I do want to give a shout out to all of my subscribers that's been supporting me and rocking with me. I genuinely appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thank y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all inspire me to keep going every day, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. I genuinely appreciate all of you guys' support, and I appreciate y'all for just supporting me and rocking with the content I upload and create. Thank you to everybody out there that's supporting my channel and supporting the content I create. Much love and respect to y'all. Y'all the best subscribers in the world. But I'm gonna get at y'all later. Much love and respect to all of y'all that's supporting the content that I upload and create. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe, and God bless. I'll see y'all later.